Good morning. It's Thursday, February 25th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan and I'm late. Thank you for waiting. Appreciate that. I'm going to turn on a couple more lights over here and then we're going to get started with our Xingyi practice. That's a little bit better. Alright, so I was sleeping in this morning. No particular reason other than it was comfortable. So it was about 5:45 when I got up, and by the time I get things done, I get behind on stuff. So here we are. Coffee. Alright. Start with basic stretch. Same one that you see me do all the time. Feet about shoulder width apart. Hands circle to the front. Back to both sides. Up along center line. And reach out. Roll up through the back. Start at the bottom, literally roll up. One more. And all the way up. And elbows drop down, wrists. Fingertips, hands return to your sides. I've said before and I'm going to say again, this one stretch pretty much hits everything so that we're now ready to move on to do other things. I'm going to focus today on bone chuan and the turn for bone chuan. It is in part what we see in Wudang's 3 basic methods with dragon step. So there's several things that we're going to do before we get there, and I'm not doing it right now because my hips are not warmed up enough to do that. So a couple of things that we're going to do to get started. One is a leg set. I introduced this yesterday, I believe, but I'm going to introduce it again today. Right leg front. Left leg stretched out in the back. Open the knee. Open the left knee to the side so that the hip is open. You'll feel it. The hip should be open. All right, and just gently. We'll do more in a couple seconds, but just gently. Rock forward and back. As you rock forward, push with the back leg. As you go back, push with the front leg. And open the hip. Just a little bit. This is a gentle stretch right now. We'll go deeper in a minute. All right, very gentle. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn around, other side. Right leg to the back, left leg to the front. That the hip is open. And I'm going to say it because I saw it. There's little messages going across the screen over here that I can't read. I have to get close to the screen. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm hopeful that this one's telling me everything's okay. This one's telling me everything's okay now. So I'm hoping everything's okay now. All right. Same idea. Right leg front, left leg back. You only make that left leg back just a bit more and open that hip a little bit more and go down. Sink, straight down, open the hip. Notice where my knee is not going. Straight down. Push forward. Come back up. Straight down. Push forward. And come back up. That's enough on that side. Do the other side. If you're there with me, you're pretty good. And if you're there with me and you're not, your hips are telling you about it right about now. All right. Back leg, knee out. Open the hip. Straight down. Come on up. Again, notice where my knee is not going. And relax. Okay. If your hip is now not open, you are not doing this exercise with me. Alright? So, the point is that as we're doing some of these things, and I have learned from experience, and it was painful experience, a really seriously painful experience. I don't want to do it again. That if I do certain things without warming up, particularly at my age, alright? I'm in my 60s, alright? So at my age, then I might hurt myself. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to warm up. Alright, now we have Xingyi's 5 elements. We're going to practice all 5 right now. And then we're going to focus on Bongchuan. Burst, which is outwardly perhaps one of the most simple of the 5. And yet it can be the most difficult to do. The turn for that is, as I've said, shares some part of dragon step. As if we were working side by side here. Okay, on 45, this is straight. Feet together. Salute. Open. Close. Open. Pichuan. Split. Turn around. Come back across. We'll do this 2 more times. Turn around. And turn again. And turn. Step through. Draw and try. Drill. Simple turn. Again, simple turn. One more. Bongchuan. Elbow, turn with the fist, foot, split down, step through. Simple turn, pull in, step out. Simple turn again, pull in, step out. Again, pull in, step out. One more time. Pull in, step out. center, open again, Powtron. You're stepping at about a 35-degree angle. Step up, Bing Bo. The foot is level. There's no weight on it. Open to the side. 2 more. Turn around. Hung Chuan, crossing fist. Step up and across. 3 points, Santi Bull. Hung Chuan. Left hand pull down. Right hand come across. Turn. And yes, that does swing around. It's kind of fun. Stay centered. Maintain that center, step back, and close. Alright, so since I was doing this, I'm going to talk about it for just a second, and then, because I was having fun with it. And then we're going to work on the turn for Bung Chuan. Alright, just now, as we're turning, I'm stepping back here so I can go forward. Hung Chuan comes across here anyway. That is its nature. That is what it is supposed to do. As we step into the turn, we can use that dynamic to come around. I can. I'm going to show you how I do it. It's necessary to plant if you're going to do that spin. Otherwise, you will knock yourself off balance and you won't come around to the point at which you're trying to stop. Okay, so because getting started is one thing, stopping is the other. All right, I'm going to do this. Watch one time. I'm going to just go back and forth one time. Alright. That spin, that turn has to be centered. Any turn has to be centered. Alright, so moving right along. Bung Chuan. That's it. And one. As I said, outwardly, this is the simplest of the Xingyi 5 elements. It's also one of the most powerful. Everything arrives together. Okay? Xingyi is moving forward, everything arrives together. The fist goes with the front leg. Santi Bull, 3 points. Pull in, sink, Right fist comes out as you step. One more time. Run a little bit behind time on that one. Just a tad. So there was a delay between the time that my fist should have arrived and the time that my fist actually arrived. And I noticed it. Yeah, I did. That's part of our practice. Okay? So, 3 points. Pay attention. Timing matters. Particularly for Xingyi, timing matters. Pull in. Right fist, left foot. Yeah, that was it. I hit it. All right, now, we're going to go back and forth a couple of times with the turn. Okay? And I'm going to start over here because this is where we're going to go, and this is where we're going to turn first. So, elbow, fist. Fist comes across just above the wrist, down. 1, 2. Again, across at the wrist. This is yang fist, palm up. Yin fist, palm down. Across at the wrist and out. It goes with the leg. This is the same. This one part is the same as what I just did. What I just did is from Wudang's 3 basic methods. That's what we're doing here. With a couple and other moves added. Okay? So I'm here, turn. There it is. Step through. Okay? And you want this hand more at the lower tantien than the hip. Okay? Let's try 4 sets. So, across and back. Left leg, left hand front. Right hand goes first, left step. Left. Right. Turn. Turn. Again. One more time. Relax for a second. Your legs should be tired. Mine is. We're going to do the other side. I was just a second, you know, I wasn't saying go sit down and take a break. It's doing the other side now. Left side. So, right side, we started out left foot front, left hand front. Now we've got the right hand front and the right foot front. Pull in. left punch, right, left elbow, turn, up, step through. And back across one more time. 1. Last turn. And rest. Alright, I'm warmed up. Now it's time to rest, take a sip of coffee. Grab yours if you got some. It's a workout. It should be. If there's not any little bit additional respiration, shouldn't be out of breath, but you should be breathing well, right? And your body should be feeling a lot more warm than it was. Mine is. So the idea is everything gets warmed up. Everything's working. As we go through these sets, we're going to gradually build up more strength to sustain longer workout, more definition in the movement. Okay. My movements are pretty well defined. There's not a lot of question about that. But there is always more, right? There are, as I pointed out today, there was a point at which my timing was off. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I felt as though my foot arrived just slightly before my fist. They're supposed to come together. They arrive at the same place at the same time, all together at the same time. All right? It didn't happen. I felt it. Paid attention to it. I did it again, paying attention to it. Corrected the problem. That sort of thing is part of the practice that we want to create for ourselves. If you're paying attention, if you know what you're supposed to do, and you can fairly judge yourself in what you're doing, you will improve. There's no question about that. You will improve. If you don't pay attention to what you're doing, if it's just, oh, well, I'm going to do this thing, and then you can do this thing, and you'll get some benefit because you're moving and getting up and doing something, it's great. If you're not fairly judging yourself, what are the principles that I'm supposed to apply to these movements? How am I supposed to do these movements? What are the kinds of things that I should be paying attention to? There's a laundry list. And I'm going to go over a couple of them in a second. It's a long list. If you are paying attention to the fact that you're paying attention to it will improve your practice. It works that way, right? If you pay attention to it and you are fairly judging yourself in how you are applying that particular principle or that particular element of practice, you can improve dramatically. That fairly judging yourself, yeah, I'm going to share this. I learned that years ago in dance class. I walked into a studio. I was 20-something. Walked into the studio and there were all of these mirrors around, and the mirror never lies. It will tell you the truth if you look at it. And I spent, lots of hours looking at that mirror and having it tell me the truth about whether I was in balance, whether my movement was out of place, whether my movement was askew in some manner, whether there was something wrong with what I was doing so I could see it and I could correct it. Because if you don't correct the little things, the rest of it isn't going to be there. I think I've told the story before about the gentleman that wanted to study with me and had never learned how to root himself. He was floating. Great moves, but he was floating. Foundation matters. Basics matter. The fundamentals, when we look at them and put them in context with what we're doing, how we execute a particular move, how we prepare for a particular move, that's what gives us the ability to advance. I was thinking something else, but we're going to, this one set, Bong Chuan, 4 more times. Pay attention to the right side, and then I'm going to change up to the left side. Pay attention to the simplicity of the move, to the idea that everything goes all together, all at the same time, all in the same direction, and that you must be solid and well placed over your supporting leg or legs in order to execute any of these. Left foot front. Left hand front, right hand first, pull in, right, left, right, turn, don't lose your balance either. One, two, three, four. Right. Change legs. Small step. Left. Turn. Down. Up. Left. And come back and close. Alright, so paying attention to being straight and solid. As you turn, timing, what goes where, when it's supposed to arrive, and it's good if your luggage arrives with you, right? It is. Everything goes together, all at the same time. Front hand, front leg, arrive first. I'll be back tomorrow with Qigong practice. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Next week, we'll do it again.